ain't no, it's 2C.
It's week 1 of the 2028 season.
And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Chargers and the Dolphins.
All that and more coming up next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Miami Dolphins. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp. Actually kick this one off to get the season underway.
It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. High up there to grab him. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling.
Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Last time out they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Here's Brad Robbins now. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for offense.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving the running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed out hard there. He was ready for that running play. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Throwing on first down. Crawford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. It keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Crawford. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The Chargers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he fields it cleanly. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken right around the 44. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Crawford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to throw. Crawford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 2nd and 5. Here's a give up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there. That'll set him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to him on 1st down. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Down to about the 22 here. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll bring it down at the 18-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. A little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Dolphins, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for L.A., they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.